Welcome. There's a part of me that is very happy about MGTOW and about the amount of MGTOW men that are out there now. And not so much that they are a sort of MGTOW, but because they are protected themselves from the toxicity of a woman. And maybe they will save a lot of money and pain. And that a lot of older men too now have somebody else to talk to and somebody else that's just like them. But it took a long time for them to learn to be MGTOW. They wasted a lot of their life before they realized. But I'm gonna talk about these men that you call and people call simps. How did they get to be simps? Well, you go back in time. A woman wants to have a baby. She gets a man. She has the baby. Now she doesn't want the man. Never really did, just wanted the baby. So she gets rid of the man because it's financially better for her to have no man around. She gets a lot more from the government, and she can get money from him too as well. And whether women think it or not, they don't have a full toolbox to bring up any child, female or male. But they certainly have a few tools missing when they're bringing up a young man or a boy. Tests have shown that a child, female or male, grows up to an adult, is a better adjusted adult, female or male, if it's been brought up by a mother and a father. When this female brings up a boy to a young man, she only has the female tools, and she'll always tell the boy from the female's point of view, not from the man's point of view. She will also put on him that she is the queen and all the males work round her, and that females are to be obeyed, men are stupid, women are smart, and so on and so on. Now when this boy's manhood starts to play on his mind, and he starts to see females differently, he's a bit confused, and the woman cannot help him. And real men call this boy or young man a simp, and he has no idea why they're calling him that. And it's really not his fault that he's been told a bunch of lies all through his life. Simps can see the real light, but sometimes the shock turns him into a really bitter person, and he's not a very well-adjusted person for the world we live in. So for me, and older men like me, we're not in the game anymore, really. But these young men have to play the game out there, and most of them just don't have the tools. I just watched a video online where a man said he was a simp, but now he's not. And I listened to the video, and the reason why he's not a simp anymore is because he spent 10 years of his life giving everything to a woman, loving the woman, and she cheated on him. So is this man really not a simp anymore, or is this just a revenge tactic he's using? Because maybe if this man meets another woman and falls in love with her again, he'll be back to square one and say in his mind, this girl is different. As men, we all have a weakness for women. It's put there by nature, and it's very hard for us to turn against nature. But the survival of real men depends on it. And maybe this is nature at play as well, because the only men that will still be standing are strong, real men. Buckle up, men. We're going for a drive.